Hey guys, I figured I might start doing small microcap videos to help people who are new to the space, um, just to make sure that their trading experience is a positive one, because I don't want people entering into trades when they're not supposed to, all that fun stuff. So I figured this might help out a lot of newcomers into the space to, you know, make sure those are profits and not losses. But everything I say, just make sure you take it as not financial advice. I'm doing this to try to help you guys decipher my signals a lot better. But anyways, let's get into it here for you guys. So right now I'm looking at the U.S. dollar currency index. This is a huge indication that whether or not Bitcoin is going to go up or down. We can see that the U.S. dollar was just rejected off this heart line here. And typically when the US dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up because it's against the US dollar, and vice versa. If the US dollar goes up, typically Bitcoin goes down in value. So we can see that we got rejected here, and if we're going over to the Bitcoin price, we just actually had a huge pump recently in reaction to it. But we are coming across this downtrending level of resistance, so you got to be very careful if you guys decide to do anything with that. If we look at the daily chart, that downtrending level of resistance actually comes from the all-time high. We're creating a falling wedge pattern. The bottom, this right here, this white line represents the heart line of the formation, which is actually really strong downtrending level of support. And right here is basically where the wicks are at, and it forms a bottom to the formation. And these formations are typically bullish. If we were to break to the upside, and then have a confirmation bounce, the target is actually the top of a falling wedge formation. So the all-time high is actually the target for this formation. But you kind of gotta have to take it with a grain of sand, because this blue box zone is actually extremely important. If we can't break past it, basically we're stuck inside of accumulation zone right here. And this is actually where a lot of whales buy. If you look at like tools like Glassnode, Glassnode will show you that there's actually tons of whales buying right now at these prices. But once we get a break past these two levels of resistance, normally you're going to see like a lot of bullish response to it, a lot of bullish price action, and the only thing we'd have to worry about are these levels of resistance on the way up. If you guys decide to jump into a trade off of this, let's go to the hourly here for you guys really quick. If you guys decide to jump into this, oh, I just dragged a bar by accident. There we go. Highly, highly, highly recommend waiting until you see a confirmation bounce. So if we broke out here, for example, you want to wait until there's a bounce off of this trend line before entering into a long position. And on the way up, you got to watch out for like this resistance and any of the resistances I have labeled out in my chart. I'll send a link to you guys for my chart just in case you don't have it, so you can keep track of where I write all my resistance levels. But anyways, yeah, this is a really strong one. So if you were to enter like right here, I would put a stop loss below the downtrending level of resistance, just to make sure you don't get stopped out on the way up. And if Bitcoin does break past this and use it as support, then you can raise your stop loss into the profit zone, and so on and so forth. As you break resistance levels on the way up, you can keep raising your stop losses below these resistance levels, because they'll flip as support, and then you can keep them down below it, just so you can basically you're creating a trailing stop loss effect and capturing more and more gains on the way up. But just because we're close to this trend line doesn't mean we are going to break out. It'd be awesome if we did, but we could keep going down until we get to this red zone right here, which is basically the floor value of Bitcoin right now. Yeah, we could see a rejection here and then come down, up until the end of February, near the beginning of March. So just take that into account before entering the trade. This is a great opportunity, because we're actually in there's two positive things in confluence right now. We're actually in a downtrending broadening wedge here, and then actually that's bullish as well. And we got bullish divergence on the daily chart for the RSI. So a lot of things are looking up right now. Just take precaution before entering, but make sure we have a confirmation bounce off this downtrending level of resistance before taking any action in a long position. Not financial advice. Let me guys know what you think about these little small videos. If you need help, you know how to reach me. Have an awesome day. Thank you.